We see a girl named Na-mai at the beginning of the film. When the alarm goes off, she awakens. Na-mai is always on her phone, while at work and talking to someone, as well as during the party. She is only busy on the phone. After the party, she takes the bus home at night. She slept on the bus. She had no idea the mobile had fallen. When she awoke, she went home without realizing her phone had dropped, and a guy discovers that mobile. The following day, Na-mai was sleeping at her residence when her friend comes and wakes her up. Then Na-mai realizes that she has lost her phone, so she starts looking for it. When the phone is not found, she dials her number, and a woman picks up the phone. Actually, the boy who had the phone was talking to her through his mom's recording. It means his mom was speaking, and he was making Na-mai hear her voice. The lady tells her, "Yes, your mobile is with me." Hearing this, Na-mai calls him to a hotel, and he agrees. That boy then starts checking her mobile, but because of the password, he cannot open it. The boy gets angry and breaks the screen of the mobile. On the other hand, a girl's corpse is found in the jungle, who was in a terrible condition because she was killed brutally. An officer is in charge of investigating this case. He suspects his son Jun, who has been missing for the past 7 years, of being involved in this murder. Jun is no one else but the same boy who found Na-mai's mobile. So in this case, this officer has figured out many things. His colleague said you only have doubts. Evidence will have to be collected. Only then can we confirm who the accuser is. There, Na-mai comes to her dad's hotel and meets him. Now Na-mai gets a call from the same woman who had her mobile. She says that, by mistake, your mobile screen is broken. I have sent it to a mobile shop to fix it. I have also given money, so you can go to that shop and take your mobile. After a while, Na-mai goes to that shop to get her mobile. Jun was in the shop. He was wearing a mask. He also finds out her password and the details of Na-mai's mobile. And then, while fixing her mobile, he installed hacking software in it, and makes a duplicate phone of her mobile and gives it to Na-mai. After that, she left. What Na-mai was doing on her phone, Jun also saw it. Because he had taken control of Na-mai's phone, he can use it too. She talks to someone on her calls and in her messages. He was looking at Na-mai through the camera. Then at night, when Na-mai was getting work done in her dad's hotel, Jun comes there and tells her that he often comes there. She could not recognize him, because he was wearing a mask in the shop. He asks Na-mai for the most special drink here. Now, Jun was keeping an eye on her phone. He finds out everything. What games Na-mai likes and what interests her. Na-mai is impressed by all this, and now he tells her himself that I work for a company that does all the work related to software, computers, and the internet. While both were talking, Na-mai's dad was also watching. At night, Na-mai falls asleep while talking to her friends, and the whole night, Jun kept checking her mobile. By then, he had learned every detail and secret about her. The next morning, Na-mai comes to her office. She works for a company. On the other hand, Jun looks at the picture of the girl he killed. Her body was found in the forest. He chooses his next victim, Na-mai. Na-mai's boss tells her that our company has a very big project. You are also doing a very good job. I am very happy with you. That's why I am doubling your salary. But you don't tell this to other colleagues. Jun had also heard all this. The officer, who is Jun's father, arrives at his home and starts talking to his wife. But she doesn't tell him anything about Jun, although he knows that Jun and his mom are in contact with each other, and they keep talking. He then tells his wife that a girl has been killed in the city. I suspect Jun, and I know that you are in contact with him. I overheard yours and his conversation. After hearing this, she immediately says, "No, I don't believe it. My son can't do this. Why would he kill anyone?" At the same time, the officer receives his friend's message. He says that he has found the location of Jun. Na-mai was working on her project. She was very happy. At the same time, Jun goes to Na-mai's house and begins going through all of her belongings. He discovered Na-mai's second mobile phone. The officer's friend tells him that Jun's location is revealed, and he lives there secretly. The officer goes alone to find Jun. When he reaches there, he goes inside the house and starts searching everywhere, and a few photos were taken. He finds out about the dead girl's mother. In the meantime, Jun had also come out. He realized that someone had entered the house. That's why, quietly, when he walks inside, he sees his dad there. His dad found nail polish on the corpse's nails. From this, he learns that his son Jun has committed this murder. Now, cleverly, Jun calls his dad out of that room, and when he goes back inside, Jun has destroyed the proof and all the documents. Jun now goes back to Na-mai's hotel. When he meets her dad, he says the same thing. He keeps coming here and asks for the best drinks here. Na-mai's dad understands that Jun is lying. He is not our regular customer. And at night, when the father and Na-mai were going home, her dad tells Na-mai that Jun is a fake. He is hiding something from us. because he has come to the hotel for the second time. He never came before that. I don't think he's right. So you stay away from him. Dad, I don't think so, she responds. But okay, I will stay away from him. Jun has also heard their conversation. At night, Na-mai was with her friend. She tells her about Jun and suggests that he change his appearance slightly. That is, makes his hair shorter and takes off his glasses. Then he will look very cute. Her friend says that I also want to see him. Then Na-mai promises her, okay, I will introduce you to him. The officer comes and meets the dead girl's mother. She tells him that my daughter's mobile had fallen somewhere. Then her screen broke, and my daughter found the mobile in a mobile shop. Then he promises the girl's mother that we will surely find her killer. Jun assaults Na-mai's father and kidnapped him. On the same night, the police recover dead bodies from the jungle. As a result, the officer becomes depressed. Then, when Na-mai wakes up in the morning, her boss has called her more than 8 times. She also receives a large number of text messages on her phone. She has said several hurtful things to her friends. In addition, she had spoken a lot of negative things about her boss. There was also a post where she stated that her boss has increased my salary by a double amount. She then returns to her workplace, where her crew is furious with her. She informs everyone that I have no idea who did all of this. I did not publish or send a single message. Yet no one believes her and urges her to leave. She also communicates with her boss. Her boss fired her from job. She tries to explain. She said, believe me, I think someone has hacked my mobile. Someone is trapping me. That means someone has my phone under his control. So surely he must have done it. Which her boss tells her to prove, and pushes her out of there. She gets very sad about this. Then she goes to her friend, and starts crying a lot after telling her about them all. When her friend gives her support, she takes care of her. Jun has also seen this. He thinks that Na-mai is very close to her friend, so she'll have to get out of the way first. She and her friend go to the police station and talk about all this. Then the officer tells her that all this has happened to her online. That's why we can't help you. Because whoever did this to you, we will not be able to catch him. Hearing this, her friend gets angry. They both leave from here. Jun was now staying at Na-mai's dad's house, because he had tied him there. He keeps messaging Na-mai on her phone, so that she does not doubt that someone has come to kidnap my dad. Na-mai's friend said to her, we need a person who is very good at computers and the internet. Now that Jun had also come here, Na-mai went to take the juice, and he begins to check Na-mai's phone with her friend. Then when she comes, Jun tells her that someone has hacked your mobile. That person installed such software on your phone, through which your mobile has come under his control, and he will find out whatever you do. And he is able to utilize the phone in his own bizarre way. Then he brings Na-mai out and tells her that someone closer might have done this. That person who also knows your phone's password. Because after opening the password, he must have done all this. When she comes to the hotel, her friend shows her the news, in which the police had to gather dead bodies together. Now her friend notices that Na-mai is not talking to me. She asks why she is not listening to her. What happened? Are you angry? Hearing this, Na-mai said, I doubt you. You must have done this to me, because only you know my password. Hearing this, her friend feels very bad. She says that because of Jun, you are doubting me. Okay, if you think so, then I will go away from you. After saying so much, she breaks her friendship with Na-mai and leaves. She was very sad, she was crying. And Jun also sees this thing. When the police were holding the corpses, their luggage is also checked. After seeing this, the officer was very upset. Then his friend says, your son is doing this, so we have to catch him and stop him soon, because things have progressed significantly. Then the officer says, first of all, you find that mobile shop, where Jun works, on which her friend says yes, and they both leave there. Na-mai was sitting in the hotel and watching her and her friend's video. She was depressed and threw her phone away. The screen breaks again. The officer and his friend find Jun's mobile shop, but he had destroyed everything. But through some papers, it is known about those customers. They were, in fact, those people whose dead bodies they found. The officer says that I also know the details of the girl who is going to die, and I got those details from Jun's house. So now we should save her. Hearing this, his friend says that we should broadcast this on the news as well, so that Jun can be caught as soon as possible. Now Mai also comes here. She had heard their conversation, and when she sees Jun's name there, she understands that no one else but Jun has trapped me. He hacked my phone and posted all those messages. Because of that, I am alone today. I don't even have a job. And my good friend has also left me. She calls on Jun's company, and it is clear from here that no one by this name works here. Hearing this, Na-mai gets very angry at Jun, and she decides that I will take her revenge. I will teach him a lesson. The officer had also heard these things, but he does not tell her that Jun is also a serial killer who has murdered a large number of people. but he just says that I want to catch Jun. He is not a good guy. Now Mai gives them an idea. I will call him home to meet him. I will inform the police as soon as he gets home. So they come immediately to catch him, and the officers agree. On the next day, Now Mai's message to Jun arrived. She calls him to come meet him. While outside her house, both cops were waiting for Jun to get into the car. Now Jun changes his appearance according to Na Mai's wish. He cuts his hair, takes off his glasses, and goes to meet her. He reaches outside her house. Na Mai was getting ready at her house. When Jun was moving forward, both police officers caught him. But looking at his face, they understand that this is not Jun, but someone else. Because due to changing his appearance, the officer's companion says that they had a misunderstanding. We are looking for a murderer. Jun said, I will see you. And he leaves from there. While both officers come up and meet Na Mai, she tells them that Jun's message has come. He says that I am busy today. I will meet you later. She informs them that she is repairing her phone and use another mobile. And when I get my first mobile, we will catch him. Officers agree. The officer receives a call from the police station. Then an officer tells them that now everyone knows. Murder was done by your son, Jun. So from now on, you will have to stay away from this house so that you are not in danger. Hearing this, he gets very worried. Now Mai now takes out her second phone and inserts her SIM card and turns it on and comes out. The officer tells her that your life is also in danger. So you also go to a place where you can be safe. She says that I'll go to my dad's house. That will also be a good place for me. After that, she goes there with the officers. When she reaches the station, the officer gives her his card. She said, whatever happened, I will contact you and tell you, and goes inside the house. After coming inside, she starts telling her dad that I have come. Then, when she was using her mobile in her room, then she gets a message from Jun's new number. When she calls him, the sound of the phone ringing was coming from this house. She is startled and immediately goes up to check. But there was no one there. But she was still scared. That's why she calls the officer right away. But then her phone starts ringing on its own. She realized Jun had also hacked this phone. She starts worrying about her dad. So she was looking everywhere for Jun. He says that if you want to see your dad alive, send a message to the police. I am absolutely fine here. I am safe. Even if she doesn't want to. Now Mai sends this message to save her dad's life. What did I do to you? She asks. Why did you choose me? He claims I stole your phone from the bus. So that's why I chose you as my prey. Because it is obvious that using a mobile device, I could know everything about you. So how could I leave you? Jun brings to her in the bathroom. Her father was kept tied there, and Jun threatened to kill him. Don't kill my father, says Na Mai. I am ready to do anything. After hearing this, Jun tells her to tie herself up with tape. He leaves water in the tub to drown her dad. Na Mai was also seeing this. She starts crying after being sad. He puts tape on her hands and face, and leaves her in the tub, which was full of water. He was making pictures of her and laughing at her helplessness. He comes out of there. He gets the officer's card. It was written on it, just call, no message. But because he had sent a message to the officer, he came to know that Jun must have done this. So that means he was coming here to catch Jun. Jun also realizes that the officers have entered the house. He goes and catches the officer's companion. But his dad comes and catches him. But because he is not the officer's son, he starts beating him. He asks about his son. Now Mai was about to die in the water. The officer's partner dragged her out of the water and rescued her from death. The officer beats and injures Jun. He asks about his son. He says, Dad, I'm your son. The officer agrees, and he begins to laugh at him. He says how foolish you are that you do not even know your son. The officer gets angry and starts beating him again. Now Mai regains consciousness. She sees that the officer's partner is trying to save her dad, but he is not getting up. The officer then checks Jun's bag, from which he obtains all of Jun's prey items, even the luggage of the first prey, the zero-numbered prey, which was actually none other than his son Jun. This killer has all the details of the officer's son and wife, the one who had disappeared 7 years ago. Actually, he had not disappeared. 7 years ago, this killer killed him. And since then, he has been killing people by identifying him as Jun. The officer is very angry to know this. That's why he goes to kill the killer with a gun. The killer tells him that I still talk to your wife as her son. How innocent you are. You couldn't figure out that the one you're talking about is your own son. That is the killer of your son, Jun. Now Mai also hears all this from him. She comes out of anger. She kills the killer by snatching the gun from the officer. She sees that my dad has come into consciousness. Being emotional about this, she hugs her dad and cries. Then he is sent to the hospital by ambulance. The police were also collecting the belongings of all the deceased from there. After some days, everyone learns about the killer, that he kills people through the internet. And now he has been killed. No more information can be found. When Na Mai was in the hotel with her dad and friends, someone was keeping an eye on her quietly, which she herself also sees. But she does not understand who he is. It may be a killer who has not yet died, or it may be the officer's son, or it may be any third person who will kill people after catching them online. By his own pleasure, just like the killer. This movie ends here. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.